Are you searching for the perfect place to call home? Look no further than our comprehensive list of the top 10 best cities to live in America, from the sunny beaches of California to the vibrant city life of New York. Find out which cities offer the best quality of life, cost of living, job opportunities, safety, and more. Find a new home and start your next adventure. Choosing the best place to live is a very personal choice that depends on you and your own situation. In order to help you decide, we've made lists of the best places to live based on data from 5 important categories: well-being, job markets, affordability, migration, and diversity. Number 10, Port St. Lucie, Florida. 3 of our top 10 cities are in Florida, which we call the Sunshine State. Port St. Lucie is on the other side of the state from Sarasota and Fort Myers. It has 21 miles of beaches along the Atlantic Ocean and 20,000 acres of nature preserves, most of which are free and open to the public. When you're not fishing, snorkeling, or laying out in the sun, there are lots of other things to do in the city. The cost of living in Port St. Lucie is almost exactly the same as the national average, but the low median home price and unemployment rate make it feel even cheaper. Here, you can have a good quality of life on a pretty simple budget. Number 9, Alexandria, Virginia. Work in D.C., just across the Potomac River from the nation's capital. Alexandria has amazing access to the outdoors. 96% of residents can walk to a public park in less than 10 minutes. The world-famous museums in D.C. are just a metro ride away, and if you prefer to get around on 2 wheels, Alexandria has a 52-mile network of bike lanes and trails. Also, Northern Virginia has a lot of job opportunities because it is home to 22 Fortune 1000 companies. Even though the cost of living can be a pain, Alexandria does well when it comes to well-being and diversity, with the second best scores on our list in both categories. You might not even need a car here, thanks to neighborhoods that are easy to get around on foot and cheap, easy to use public transportation to and from D.C. Number 8, Oakland, California. During the pandemic, the Bay Area has been in the news because so many people have chosen to move elsewhere, but Oakland is still a place with some chances. It's cheaper than San Francisco overall, and it has its own creative spirit with Michelin-rated restaurants, more than 50 art galleries, and a variety of wineries that will make you want to cheers. Buying a home here is very expensive compared to most of the country, but your money is likely to pay off big time in the long run. Renify thinks that by 2030, the prices of homes in Oakland could be the 3rd highest in the country. Yes, living in Oakland is pricey, but you get what you pay for, and the work and play opportunities here are out of this world. Number 7, Fort Myers, Florida. If you like the Gulf Coast of Florida but feel like Sarasota is too expensive for you, Fort Myers is further south and has cheaper median home prices. The Census Bureau says that this is one of the fastest growing cities in the whole country. This influx of newcomers isn't just made up of retirees chasing the sun either. The median age in Fort Myers is about 41, which is younger than in Sarasota. Fort Myers shows that you don't have to spend a lot of money to live by the water. Also, the rise in the number of new jobs and net migration show that this city is more than just a place to go on vacation. If the idea of working from home on the beach sounds good to you, you should check out Fort Myers. Number 6, Arlington, Texas. This town, which is about halfway between Dallas and Fort Worth, is a sports fan's dream because it is home to both the Texas Rangers baseball team and the Dallas Cowboys football team. Living here also puts you close to big companies like AT&T, Southwest Airlines, and Kimberly-Clark. When you're not working, you can fill your calendar with events like the city's all-star craft beer, wine, and cocktail festival, the South Street Art Festival, and free concerts at the Levitt Pavilion. The median home price and low cost of living show that Arlington is still an affordable place to live, which is rare given how close it is to a big city like Dallas. This is also where you can meet new people from different backgrounds and broaden your view of the world. Now, before getting to number 5, don't forget to smash, destroy, or just gently touch a like button, subscribe, and hit a notification ring. Done? All right, back to number 5. Number 5, Raleigh, North Carolina. The best place to live in North Carolina, according to Bankrate, is also one of the best places to live in the country as a whole. As one of the 3 corners of the famous Research Triangle in North Carolina, Raleigh has made a name for itself as an innovation hub on the East Coast, and there are plans for an Apple campus that will cost $1 billion to build soon. Even if you don't want to work in tech or research, this state capital is still a good place to live because it has a mild climate all year, a growing food scene, and many chances to watch sports. Inflation has made life harder everywhere, but the cost of living in Raleigh is lower than the national average. People have called the city the next Silicon Valley, and its lower costs make it a much better choice than the Bay Area. The cost of living calculator on Bankrate shows that Raleigh is about 50% cheaper than San Francisco with much lower housing costs. Number 4, Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you don't like how New York City and its closest suburbs live, you might like Bridgeport. With a train to Grand Central Terminal every half hour, you can easily get to Manhattan without having to worry about money. Even though it is the most populous city in Connecticut and has a slower pace of life, this port city has a lot to offer. You can watch the city's minor league hockey team go zip lining and climbing at the Discovery Adventure Park, or just relax with a view of the Long Island Sound. Many Americans feel like they can't afford to buy a home right now, but Bridgeport is a welcome exception because it has the lowest median home price on our list. Since this is the New York metro area, the cost of living is much higher than the national average. However, the large average salary helps a lot to make up for that. With a score of 67.7 for well-being, it is right up there with the top 3 cities on our list. Number 3, Tacoma, Washington. If you want to work for big-name companies like Microsoft, Amazon, or Boeing, you shouldn't bother with Seattle's very high prices. Instead, go 30 miles south along Puget Sound to Tacoma, where living costs are about 20% less. Around Mount Rainier, you'll be even closer to some of the best places to hike in the Pacific Northwest. And when it comes to culture, Tacoma can compete with Seattle because it has a busy museum district, a large number of craft breweries, and a full schedule of fun events along the waterfront. Tacoma has a high earning potential and a low cost of living. It has one of the highest average salaries on our list, and the number of people working there is growing. The housing market is also slowing down. Redfin data shows that over the past year, both the median price of a home and the number of price cuts have gone down. Number 2, Sarasota, Florida. The second best place to live in the country is also the best place to live in Florida, according to Bankrate. Sarasota has a little bit of everything, like the ballot and an annual film festival. It also has high-end golf courses, a lively nightlife, and of course, beautiful Gulf Coast beaches. Sarasota is a great place to live if you're thinking about retiring, but it's also a good place for young families who want to settle down in a safe and relaxing place. With a 3.5% net migration increase, Sarasota's population has grown more than any other city on our list, and the nearly 8% increase in employees shows that the city isn't just for retirees. Even though the cost of living here is a little higher than the national average, you get a lot for your money, especially when you consider that you get to live full-time in a beach town. Now, Before we get to number 1, let me show you something. Check this out. This is some incredible merchandise available at our store. Look at it. It is insane. Please find the link below in the comment. All right, now back to number 1. Number 1, Round Rock, Texas. In 2022, many people wanted to live in Austin, Texas, which was the second fastest growing city in the United States. This year, why not move your goal just 15 miles north to Round Rock? You can easily get to the best parts of Austin, but you won't have to deal with its overheated and very competitive real estate market. Round Rock isn't just a suburb. It's also a tech hub. Companies like Switch, Emerson, and Dell Technologies have their headquarters here. Also, 80% of the people who live in Round Rock are located within 10 minutes away from a public park. Buying a home here may still be pretty expensive, but you'll save money on almost everything else in Round Rock, especially when compared with Austin proper. There's a good chance that buying a home here now will pay off in the future. The number of people living in Round Rock is expected to grow by almost 75,000 by 2040. Okay, that's it for today, folks. Hope it was fun and knowledgeable. See you in the next one. Bye.